Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody, man? We got my boy Law in the building with me tonight, man. Y'all know him. Hey, one of the biggest on the net. You know that. One of the biggest Cowboys, man. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's Saturday night, man. Back in my heyday, young days, we be trying to turn up somewhere, man. So we chilling right now. Finna talk some football.
We cooling, man. First of all, man, I got to give a shout out to everybody that's in the building right now, man. That we just started. Purple Punch, man. Appreciate you tapping in. FJB, the first official super chat, man. Appreciate you, bro. Like, you don't know how much that mean, man, because I just got 1,000 subscribers like a couple days ago. You the first one. You always gonna be known forever in my book. You feel me? Like, you that dude. Or female, I don't know, man. I don't want to say the wrong thing, man. But hey, appreciate you for sure. That's love. Granddad's in the building, man. The straw that stirred the drink. You hear me? That's a fact, man. Granddad's of the truth. Shouting out Law in the building, man.
Appreciate
who else we got in here? We got Bandito. We got McAndrews, man. What's happening? Nasir in the building, man. James in the building. Appreciate y'all. I told Law, y'all. I said, hey, look, he be having like 200-300 people over there watching him. I said, man, look. You gonna have to work with like 20-30 tonight. You know what I'm saying? You have to work with like 20-30 tonight.
It's all good, man. Hey, I'm glad that you started, and I love the fact that you said, hey, man, you've been checking out the channel and everything, so I appreciate that, man.
That's a fact, man.
I like that, growing
yeah,
the nation.
Man. I let everybody know, man. Like Law definitely been one of my inspirations to do this. You feel me? Like, for sure, man. I've been watching him before I even started YouTube. Like last year, I've been watching him and looking for mentors, man. And Law definitely gives off a good vibe to somebody who ever want to start a YouTube, man. He's a good, platform to watch. You feel me? Because he's doing it the right way. But besides all that, man, because all the nice stuff got to quit soon. You know what I mean?
We gotta get into
the business,
way.
man.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to
let's get all this sap stuff out the way, man.
Let's get it, baby. Come on, let's get this thing going, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Come on, man.
For sure, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button for sure, man. What we looking like?
Y'all 8-1 and we 6-3. So let's get this out the way. You got Kirk Cousins. Hey, and from what I'm hearing over here in Cowboy streets, we got the black Kirk Cousins. So that's okay. Let's figure this out, man. I just think that my version of Kirk Cousins is a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead with it.
That's crazy you say that, man, because a lot of people do compare them to, and even I did it last night too, because I was rocking with Boys for Life, man, and me and him did a little thing together, and they kind of are similar, but this year right here, I'm taking Kirk Cousins. Now, I do like Dak. I think Dak's an alpha male. I say this, he's more of an alpha male. I can rally the troops. People are believing him, to where Kirk's more somebody you got to kind of say, hey, man, come on, man, we trust you, bro. You're our quarterback. Like, come on, play. But, hey, tomorrow going to be a different story. We're going to see the battle, man. I don't know. I got Kirk, man. I ain't lying.
You got Kirk all day.
I got Kirk all day,
He's been phenomenal this year as it relates to finding his target with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. And then y'all went out and got T.J. Hawkinson. And I was sitting there saying to my people over here on the Cowboys True Blue side, we were sitting there like, how in the world Detroit allow to trade within the division? What's going on with that, man? What's going on?
Yeah, so I think we had to get our get back, man. In the draft, if you remember the draft night, man, we traded with them. We traded back 20 spots. We gave them the 12th pick, and we traded back 20 spots with them to the 32nd pick. And it's like, we had to get our get back, man. You know what I mean? Maybe it was all in the works of, Kwesi just knowing, like, hey, we're going to give you this 12th pick right here, right now, in April. But when right before the trade deadline, though, you know what time it is, man. You know who we want. So let's just go ahead and lock that in. That was one of the greatest moves that I think the Vikings have made in a long time, though, realistically, man, because T.J. Hawkinson is definitely a game changer. And I think, for years to come, man, he's going to be making big plays for us. I couldn't believe it happened. I don't know what the Lions think.
No doubt, man. That's good stuff, man. So, hey, I'm going to flow off of you, whatever you want to go, man. I'm going to say what I can say.
Well, first thing, I want to know this, man. How do you feel? Because this is a big thing in Cowboys Nation. From what I've been looking at these past couple of days, man. How do you feel about Zeke coming back? And what do you expect as far as, do you expect him to get most of the load and Tony Pollard goes back to playing his number 2 running back role? How you feeling about that?
Well, I look at Zeke as the enforcer. He's the straw that stirred the drinks over here. I get it. A lot of people look at what Tony Pollard does. A lot of people look what the quarterback do in a certain factor. But when you have a guy that can block for you, that can give you those dirty yards, that can set the tone, that brings a lot to old classic football to the table. So if I look at Ezekiel Elijah Elliott in this game, if he can give us 10 touches, man, that can set a lot of things. Keep in mind, I do understand that we won last year with Cooper Rush, but we wouldn't have won. It was 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 22. You remember that play?
I do. I remember.
But see, everybody forget about that play, 3rd and 20. Yeah. It was a dump-off pass underneath.
Was it 20? Was it? Yeah, it was about 20. Yeah, that's right. And the crazy thing about it is y'all have the guy on y'all's team now that missed the tackle.
Anthony Barr. Yeah. He refused. And Ezekiel, he laid the punishment down upon both of those guys because he kind of split the defense and scurried and got that first down, and we were ultimately able to score. So what I look at Ezekiel Elliott, he brings that type of tenacity, drive extenders, stand inside the gap to pick up the quarterback, to help block from the blockers that's coming in from the A or B gap, standing in the gap. So that's what I look at for Ezekiel Elliott. I do like Tony Pollard. He is fast. He got cat-like quickness, but I look at physicality, and that's what he brings to the table.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, man, I think Pollard would be more of a threat to the Vikings personally. I would much rather y'all try to give Zeke the load tomorrow, because I feel like Zeke, like I was talking about this last night, man. Law, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I just feel like he hasn't had that breakout run in about 4 years from what I can remember from watching y'all. Now, I don't watch every game of y'all, but it's just like I know Zeke from college being able to get those 50-yard home run type runs. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Cook's been doing the past couple of weeks. And I just don't. I haven't seen Zeke do that lately, man. And maybe I'm missing it. I don't know, man. I know his injury's been holding him, but come on now.
Now that version of Zeke, maybe just maybe it's gone, right?
Yeah,
just to be 100. But the version of Zeke is the guy that hurdled a guy when we played against the Detroit Lions, right? After he got his knee hit, so he got some bursts, some explosions, but it's not to the level of Tony Pollard for those big runs. But what Ezekiel Elliott do, it don't go down in the books as, hey, man, that's something that we would like to see every day from the people that don't understand football. But, man, when you got somebody blitzing through the A or B gap and you need someone to stand tall, that's Zeke.
Yeah, for sure, man. We got a question from Purple Punch, man, and Law, I usually like to let my chat ask.
Go ahead.
As we doing the show, man. They say, so which team is more likely to sign OBJ? Will it be? Because I mean, there was some talk about the Cowboys. I know y'all were kind of high on them. Y'all wanted some of y'all wanted to bring them, and then obviously Justin Jefferson threw a hint out there as if he's communicating with OBJ. So now the Vikings are kind of in the running too now. You know what I mean? We in the mix a lot heavier now because OBJ, we're winning for one, then OBJ definitely is going to want to go to a team that has a shot. And then Justin Jefferson's kind of like his little brother, man. LSU boys, you know what I mean? That's like Justin Jefferson's idol in a way. So it's easy for JJ to text him and say, man, come rock with me. You know what I mean? Just on a homeboy type level, and they make it happen. So, but I mean, how do you feel? Would you want OBJ? Like, do you think he would make a difference on y'all's team or what?
Man, I'm always looking at the team from front to back, and he won't hurt the team. I mean, come on. Like, you will find a spot for him. Like, I know you guys got Osborne and all of those boys on the back end of the roster. He wouldn't hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To have an extra weapon, have an extra guy that you can stay up extra at night to worry about, especially. It's difference between and this is what I'm going to use. It's different between Noah Brown on our team getting the first down and flexing, right? After he get the first down versus an Odell Beckham after he get 11 or 12-yard first down, he flex on you. And now the safety plays different. Now the defensive coordinator got to spend an extra 30 minutes to an hour breaking down his film study and his acknowledgement of the game, right, so that he would not get used and abused. DBs play a different level of football when they see a person that's got their irons that been earned out of the fire, right? So I look at those things. So Odell Beckham, if he come to the Cowboys it would be a far stretch because the way the Cowboys operate, they love their guys. We already picked up a guy by the name of Antonio Callaway, and in the eyes of Jerry Wayne Jones and John Stephen Jones, they looking at this guy by the name of James Washington to be that extra piece for us. So they're not really looking into Odell Beckham, especially by him paying, I think it's 20 to 21 to $22 million that he's looking for. I don't think that they would pay that in Cowboys.
Yeah, for sure.
But y'all can go pay that money.
Hey, we might, man. You know, we might pull that bag out. You know what I mean? That black card. You know how we do down up there in Minnesota, man. When it's time, when we want somebody, we gonna spend the bag. You know what I mean? That's just what it. And that's what Super Bowl. It's like, and not to bring up y'all's rivals, the Eagles, but that's what they doing right now. They're a prime example of making Super Bowl moves. They're like, hey, look, they got exposed on, was that Monday night against the commies. And then they said, you know what? We got exposed. The next day, they going back to back.
Back to back.
Got some run stuff. I mean, that's what you want out of a GM, though.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, and he got longitudes and latitude to do that. I truly believe that our guy by the name of, Will McClay, he don't have that total power. You see, I think that he can make moves just as much as Howie Roseman, but Howie got an unlimited credit card spending limit, whereas Will McClay, he got the Dollar General spending limit. Like, hey, you can purchase up to. Right. And you better not. You know how you ever went to the store and Mama said you can only spend $5 now, and then you got that toy that's $10.99. You holding that in your hand, you gonna get a whooping. She gonna say, boy, you better put that down. You better get that out your hand. She'll slap that out of your hand. So put that toy back. So that's what we dealing with. We dealing with bottom of the barrels and trying to make it out. Whereas Howie, he got an unlimited credit card. And the craziest thing about that, the Eagles, for crying out loud, while the season is going on, after all of the moves that they did, they still have more cap space than us. They had $11.9 million in cap space, whereas the Cowboys only had $6 million. So they even know how to balance the books.
Yeah. I mean, that does make a big difference. And it's crazy because it don't seem like they went through too many down years. Like obviously they had some struggles, but not like Lions and Browns type struggles. Like even with waiting to this moment to get here, because they had this plan the whole time, and now is the year where they can just throw the money at players. You know what I mean, when they want them. But it is what it is. We ain't talking about them, man. We got franchise in the building too, man. Franchise, the Eagles fan. Hey, we did that just for you, franchise. We had we had to have our little.
So you get Eagles fans to come over there too?
Yeah, Eagles fans be in the building, man. Hey, look, because when we played the Eagles, I did 7 shows with Eagles content creators, man. Shout out to the community for one. You know what I mean? Because they go hard now as far as
they everywhere, content. Man.
Yeah, they everywhere. So I built some relationships over there. So they tap in with me, man. I love that.
No doubt.
It's still F the Eagles though. They know how I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Regardless, man. But hey, shout out franchise in the building. Ed in the building, man. What's up, Ed in the building? Bandito, man. Appreciate y'all. We got Law. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Law. If y'all haven't heard Law Nation Sports,
man,
gotta go do it, man. Hey, look. Even if you are a Cowboys hater when they lose, you can just go tap in with Law, man. It's something to watch, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate it.
It's going to be one of them days tomorrow, man. That's how I'm feeling, at least.
Okay. I see that slight shade. That's okay, man. We play you guys every year now. It's 4 years in a row, right? And I think we won 3 out of the 4. So it is what it is. Let's go. Let's continue to find a way to beat down those Vikings. Last year, I was minding my own business. Then there was a guy by the name of Vikings Jerome. He was talking mad cash money. And after the game, he disappeared real quickly, after the FBI. Hey, boy got the running, boy.
I gotta get like you, Law, man. I need to get me one of them soundboards, man. You gotta put me on point, man. I gotta tighten up my screen, man. Hey, Law got all the sound effects and stuff. Hey, shout out. I don't want to say it wrong. This your support. Can you see the chat, Law?
Yeah, I can see it right now.
Yeah, Sadiqa Charles, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
I was on your stream. I think it was yesterday or the day before, man, and we kind of had communication. So shout out to you. You say you over here and support the Law Nation. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Definitely, man. Appreciate it.
I sent that link over there so that people can find and follow your channel, man.
Yeah,
it's all
man.
about
I
growing
appreciate
it. You know, it's all
yeah,
about
man.
growing
Shout out my boy Derek in the building with the $3 super chat, man. He said baby lemon with pom-poms in his hands, cheerleading. We
It's
getting
all
spicy.
good,
it getting spicy.
It getting
boy,
spicy.
I gotta come out this hoodie, man.
No doubt. It is what it is. So you guys, I think you're ranked 26th or 27th on the passing.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, now you do have Harrison Smith, who had 4 INTs for the season, right? Who choked out my guy last year. CD Lamb, they didn't call that. I know the flag. They try to flag whoop us a few times, but that's okay. But neither here nor there. My boy, Patrick Peterson, who I wanted the Cowboys to pick up, but we was kind of like, hey, he's long in the tooth or what have you. He got what, 2-3 interceptions for the season too?
Yep.
What's the storyline with him, man?
Man, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is the thing. First of all, tomorrow, Patrick Peterson gonna lock down somebody. I'm gonna tell you that. But I think what we gotta worry about is we got Andrew Booth starting tomorrow. That's a rookie, man, like you saying. And I don't know, man. Andrew Booth, I'm not a big fan of, bro. You know what I mean?
He was dope coming out of college, though.
Everybody was on him, right? Everybody was on him except for me. I just felt like I didn't see it. I'm a Cameron Dantzler. I'm a Cameron Dantzler fanatic.
He hurt.
He hurt, man. We gonna miss him. You know
Hell
what I mean?
State.
We ready for him to come. But I think CD Lamb don't scare me, man. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. He don't. I think he wants to be like Justin Jefferson, but he not. Matter of fact, there was somebody I seen today that I was trying to compare them to, and I'm like, man, you can't not do. And I know you can't say that you can compare JJ to CD Lamb, man. Come on now, Carl. You can't say that like that, man.
Now, when I hate to say this, God, dog, let me knock on some wood. Now I'm gonna knock on some wood when I say this, though.
Yeah.
He becomes not JJ. You know what I'm saying? When he play against the Cowboys.
6 yards, right?
Yeah, 6 yards, and he was playing basketball with the football his rookie year. He dropping the ball and everything. And CD Lamb been showing up and showing out when he play against that purple and gold team over there. So I look at it like this. CD Lamb and the numbers that he put up, primarily in his rookie year, he had to play with 4 or 5 quarterbacks, Ben DiNucci, Gilbert, and everybody else because my guy Dak Prescott got hurt. And then, of course, last season it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
But, Dak Prescott he was in between because he didn't get a chance to really play last season, right? Because it was Cooper Rush. So now we get a chance to see CD Lamb and Dak go up against those purple people eaters. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what can happen tomorrow. But you guys, like you said, y'all don't have Cam Dantzler out there.
We got a rookie out there tomorrow, man.
Right.
We got a rookie. But this is another thing though that I think gonna be a big play in this game, and that's stopping Dalvin Cook. Because y'all like to let running backs hit their head on the goalpost, man, recently. I don't know what y'all rank on rushing, man. I forgot to look that up. Y'all were like
28th, 29th.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know y'all was toward that bottom.
Yeah, we on the bottom half of it,
Yeah. But I mean, we in the middle too, though. Like we not the best either. But I just feel like Dalvin Cook, it feels like he's been hitting his stride the past couple of weeks. Like I've been at the beginning of the season, I was like, listen, Dalvin's kind of slow. It just seemed like he was losing a step. But the past couple games, he's been showing like, hold up, he can still hit that home run. 2 games in a row where he's getting a long run over 50 yards. And it's like, that's the Dalvin we know, man. That guy that can, put his cleat in the ground and make that cut and get out of there. And that's one thing that I know that I feel like y'all should be worried about, man, Dalvin Cook. I'm hoping that he has a good game tomorrow because that would definitely be a game changer for us. But I'm scared of y'all defense, though, man.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear that you're scared about the defense, man.
Yeah, man. Michael Parsons, man. I got to give y'all our props on that. That dude there is a Hall of Famer, man.
Already.
That's a fact.
So we know the case for Kirk Cousins. Right, you blitz him. He would throw those erratic passes, and even last week when he threw the ball, the most beautiful catch I've seen in a long time on Lewis. It was on Lewis and Justin Jefferson.
Right.
Reached to the heavens. Pulled the ball from Peter's feet or Moses' ankle, right? And came down with one hand. I said, my Lord, he came up there and just pulled it. And he had every excuse known to man to drop the ball, and everybody would be like, all right, cool. But that ball kind of stayed stuck with him in his hand. And I said, my gosh. And that wasn't the first play because he went back to Justin Jefferson. So I look up this matchup and I would say, Cowboys, this should be Trey Day on Justin Jefferson. Let him be on his hip. Let's not give him any room to breathe. On top of that, if you apply the pressure to Kirk Cousins, I know some folding chairs in Natchez, Mississippi, because I'm from Mississippi, from the SIP, that will fold up just like him. And he will fold up under pressure. You just got to make sure you hit him early and often. Keep in mind, he's all-time record against Rain Dakota Prescott since they won a competitive. They leave out the record. He's 4-1. Let's make it 5-1.
Oh, okay. So Dakota's 4-1 against him. But see, that's the thing, man. And let me just tell you this, Law. Like, for one, I've never been a Kirk Cousins fan. All my peoples will tell you, man. We call ourselves Purple Gang, man. That's my little family that I started on my channel, right? And they know, like I'm not. I wasn't the biggest person on the biggest fan of Kirk Cousins, but I felt like the coaching this year, everything that's around him now. Now we're seeing who Kirk Cousins. He can finally be himself, and I mean, don't too much, think about the past, because I'm telling you, you're gonna see a new man out there. What it is now is, I said this last night. He's an elite game manager now. All right, he's gonna make 3 or 4 passes that matter, whether it's in the fourth quarter and we down by 10 and we got to come back. That's when he will get locked into his zone. Things that we have never seen from him. Everybody thinks of him as big time comeback guy in the fourth quarter because he has all these stats, but we used to be getting dragged and he would just be padding stats. Now there's a meaning behind it, man. Kirk gonna do you dirty, man, if y'all let him. So
if you allow him, right? Because
but like you said, Micah Parsons though, for sure. If y'all apply pressure, man. Who else y'all got on that D line and that linebacker we should worry about?
Sam Williams, Fowler, those guys. We try to get the team to be the opposing teams to be one-dimensional. A lot of people, we're going to go back in history, okay? The 80s, the 90s, or even if you throw in the 70s football, was that, stop the run so that people can throw the ball and make teams one-dimensional. But the problem is with the Cowboys, like we are really top heavy on pass rushing, right? There's nobody in the National Football League as of last week had more sacks than the Cowboys. That's how we thrive to play. But if teams are stubborn enough to stick to the run, it could hurt us because we line up in big nickel. And you know about that. 3 safeties on the field, that's light body, right? And our edge rushers, interior guys are built to stop the pass, not stop the run on a consistent level. I think that this team should play better with the lead, but also within the confines of playing with the lead, you can't shy away from running the ball, right? We got a campaign that says run the damn ball, and the Cowboys need to do just that, and those will be the keys to our defense. Believe it or not, a fresh defense, control the TOP from the offense, can really create crazy disasters for opposing teams. And you mentioned that Kirk Cousins is different, but I still see that Kirk Cousins, he going to at least give you 1 or 2. And if you go back at that Vikings-Eagles game, right? I mean, he made Slay look like an all-pro out there. Who he is. Slay is cool. I ain't going to throw no shade at Slay. But I'm quite sure that ball skill, tracking skill, Trayvon Diggs got the similar thing going on for him, So we'll find out, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, He definitely, and even last week against the Bills, man, he had one that was kind of questionable. He had 2 picks last week, but one was pretty questionable. It made it look like he was seeing ghosts, because it was his second one, and I was like, oh man, here we go, man. Please don't let Kirk, get into that zone. But he bounced back though, and that's something that's like, something that we not really used to. You know what I mean? Usually once he throws that, especially if he throws 2, it's like, all right, he in his shell now. And you know primetime Kirk, man. Kirk, for some reason, got that narrative where he just can't win on Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night.
What's his record in primetime? What's his record? What's his record?
Well, I know, he's like he was 1-9. I think he's like 2-10 or something like that. That's up in that range now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that good. I know that. I know he got a ton of losses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think his career is bad. But and it's just weird that it had to happen.
Against winning teams, he's 10-40.
Yeah, he's 10-40 up against teams over 500. Yeah, and I was telling Eagles fans, like, that's just crazy that he had to have had a game like that on a Monday night, and even Vikings fans, because they're like, oh, well, it ain't Kirk's fault. It's like, well, we can't blame that whole game on Kirk. That's absolutely correct. I mean, there's 22 people that got to put in even more, you know, when you include special teams and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, man, look, for it to happen on Monday night and we know his record on primetime, you got to talk about it. You know, you have to talk about it, man. You know, so.
But he been careful with the ball last year.
He's been careful.
30 touchdowns and 7 INTs, and I was telling people last year that when people try to throw that negative connotations, and I'm not kissing the pig over here. I'm not bringing you flowers for Kirk Cousins, by the way. I'm just pointing out. I'm just pointing out football. I said if you pick Kirk Cousins up last year and put him on the Rams, do they go to the Super Bowl? And then people was thinking like, and then I hit him like, shoot, the dude, Stafford, he led the league in INTs, right? And it's not like Kirk Cousins got a soft arm. He got a strong arm. You put things around him, bam, things can happen positively. Oh, y'all went and got that coach that was putting things around Matthew Stafford. What's that coach name?
Yeah, Sean McVay, man.
No.
Oh, our coach?
Yeah, your coach.
Kevin O'Connell.
Wasn't he the one that was calling the plays for Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, offensive coordinator over there.
Don't you think that they need him back over there in L.A. land?
And West Phillips, too. Yeah, we took West Phillips from him, too. So, you know. So, I mean, we can definitely see that we took 2 very important fellas from the Rams, you know, just from what we seeing from them this year. That really, I know that hurt them, you know, to see that, because we're 8-1 while they're over there struggling to get a dub right now, you know. So,
it just hit me. It just hit me about what you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? It just hit me. It hit me. I gotta. That means that coach, they know Odell Beckham, right? And then Justin Jefferson, like you just mentioned, LSU numbers and everything. I believe Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase was the same guy that Odell Beckham got in trouble with when they won their championship, and he came with all of the thousands of dollars, right?
There you go.
You know, so you may be onto something. You know,
go ahead and make a bold prediction on the purple pocket, man. Go ahead and tell us that OBJ coming to the Vikings, man. Go ahead and tell everybody, man. You know
if y'all want him, y'all can have him, man, for $20 million. But it still be some time frame of him getting out there and playing. And by you guys playing inside a dome, that do qualify as a warm weather city, because you're inside a dome, for crying out loud.
Every game 72 degrees, man.
Every game 72 degrees. But my Cowboys, I just look at it, if they do decide to do that Odell thing, it will be more so for the year 2023 juxtaposed to now, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Gaming with Al, man, he got to ask us a question. He said, do y'all think the sports is rigged? I want y'all to be honest, because there's a channel saying that it's rigged. We answer that. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, there is some fishy stuff that you can point out, but all around, I think these guys want to win, and it's hard to control, especially football, I would say. You know, now basketball, you can kind of argue maybe one guy can dictate, but when you're talking about football, to get everybody in on it, on the team, and nothing gets out, nothing gets leaked out that you're trying to cheat or trying to lose. I mean, honestly, like it's conspiracy theory to me when it comes to the NFL. Now, basketball, I don't know. I mean, I still think somebody would snitch, though.
There you go. I put my X-File music on. The thing is with that, when you got subjective calls, you can, control it a little bit. I think that the NFL is influenced. You know, you got to understand that. You'll be a fool to think like, nah, these guys, the aficionados, don't have favors, friends or what have you, or people that they can really lean on to sway the thoughts of it. Just like in basketball, you can call it, a touch foul on every layup, right? Or every play you can call a touch foul. In football, you can call holding on every play. And those are subjective calls, especially PI, so and unsportsmanlike conduct. So there's no principal office that the aficionado will go to right then and there when they make those plays. So I just look at it like this. You want to hear me out, Cowboy Nation. And, of course, Purple Nation, if that's such a thing. Hear me out. If you look at that, you can say to yourself, hey, we understand, right, that these guys, they're not getting paid millions. They're getting paid
200,000,
300,000, 400,000. Even you know what I'm saying, they fool around and say, Law, you got this $3 million in a boat somewhere, for Pelican Bay. If you make this call, then I'm gonna be like, what I'm saying?
Hey, and to be real, it seemed like that. And us Vikings fans in the chat right now, we can relate because last week we had to play against the refs. Not only did we have to beat the Bills, we had to beat the refs. All right, and I don't know if you paid attention to the game law, but there was a play when they came down to tie the game up to take it into overtime. There was a catch that Gabe Davis made on the sidelines where he had the toe tap and he's falling to the ground, and the ball. You ain't even had to play the replay like that to see it. He dropped the ball. The ball moved all over the place, and they didn't even stop the play to challenge it. Really, which. It was under 2 minutes, so we couldn't do it as a team. But New York, the rule should have been, and they said the rule is, any play like that, when it's under 2 minutes, New York has to challenge.
Right.
But, they just let them go down, man. The game should have been over right there. But they kept trying to cheat us, man. They missed a holding call in the end zone on T.J. Hawkinson. It was just crazy, bro. We had not only did we have to beat the Bills, but we had to beat the refs, man. But we overcame it, though.
Welcome to the NFL, man. And then Buffalo is in New York for those who don't know. But I get it, right? So anything to drive up ratings. When you talk about a league that got revenue sharing, right? And it's equivalent to if you had a YouTube channel like yours yourself. And it's revenue sharing, and my channel was just terrible, right? I only get like 2 or 3 views a year or a month, and then you got to split your revenue regardless. Sure, I don't have to put forth much effort. I can be like, all right, cool, go ahead, do your thing, rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my money regardless. So I think that there need to be bigger incentives. I think that there need to be some changes, and I think that they need to break down this revenue sharing and splitting.
Hey, man, good take on that, man, for sure, man. That was actually a good question, Al, man. You got us into a conversation, for sure, man. It got to be talked about. It definitely got to be talked about, because, there is something, like I said, there's some things out there, like Law was saying, you definitely got to consider, but I think it's just hard to get a lot, 53 grown men in a locker room. Not only that, you got to get the other team, too. To kind of know about it too, and it just seems like that's just a lot to go on, man. I feel like it's like the feds in town. Like somebody gonna go in the interrogation room and say, "Oh, they asked me to do this.
They asked me to drop the
ball." So I don't know, man. But hey, I love the sport though, man. I love watching it, regardless of how they doing it. Keep on doing it how you're doing it. If it is rigged, it's the Vikings' time.
Hey, it is registered under a entertainment business. You can't sue them for any of those things because they got the antitrust bill. So you got to look at everything from a legal aspect and from a federal decision on especially how the NFL is operated as a nonprofit. But you think the NFL is operated under a nonprofit? Post one of their clippings on YouTube and see how much and how fast they'll take that clip down and try to claim the money too. So a lot of people, you can't escape the law. I know what's going on, but it is
not
what it is.
Not even law
man.
Can escape the law,
right? But we here for entertainment, baby.
Yes, sir, man. So let me ask you this though, Law, man. Let's get back to this matchup, man. So what is it on our team that I know we kind of touched on some things that you said, like JJ and Cook and this, that, and the third, but what is your main thing that you're worried about when you saw us on the schedule and it's like, all right, we absolutely have to do this to give us a chance? Like, is it pressuring Kirk Cousins? Is that what you're going with?
Right. I think that pressure is what we're going to bring to the table. But the philosophy need to be stop Cook, stop Alexander Madison, stop Ham. Y'all got a guy by the name of Ham out there, So we got to stop all three of those guys. The goal line could be Ham or Madison, on short passes or toss plays left or right, it's going to be Cook. And I posed the question to my people last week or just a few days ago. Who's a better running back, Aaron Jones or Cooks?
Yeah.
Who's a better running back in your mind?
In my mind, Aaron Jones or Cook, man. I always call Aaron Jones Cook's son. All right, so who I think the better running back is, man. Dalvin Cook. The chef himself.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So we need a neutralizer. We need somebody to come down and fill. And we had a guy that made him shake real bad. And his name is Wilson, Donovan Wilson. He came down, hit him so hard, man. He fumbled the ball. And at the time, we had a guy by the name of what's this guy name? Smith. Jalen Smith picked the ball up and ran it. So we need to continue to do those things. Hit him hard, he'll drop the ball. So, and I know Cook, he's a phenomenal runner, though.
Right.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, he is, man. Cook, like I said earlier, we thought he was losing a step, maybe, possibly, because he just started out the season slow, but he's back, man.
He's back.
I think he's back whipping up them dishes, man. I know Zeke like to do the little eat thing, but who cooking the plate for Zeke, though, man? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Great. Everybody want to be like the purple, man. Like, not to say y'all, but we got the commies out here, in the NFC East now. They want to throw chains on Heineke and stuff. Like, you see Chris Boyd called them out. Chris Boyd said, man, find your own trend, man. Quit trying to be like us, man. God damn.
Oh, wow.
They don't want to be like us, man.
It's all good, man. Everybody love to be like the star, too, though. Everybody love to give us their best.
Why are y'all America's team, man? That's what I need to know, man.
I mean, because it's the results. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And you don't name your own. Look, you don't give your own self a nickname, right? The people give you the nickname. And when they had the stadium with the hole in the roof that, they said that they created that hole so God can watch, right? So some people will argue that this is God's team. No blasphemous over here. But I can tell you guys right now that the numbers, the most viewed game last week was the Cowboys versus Green Bay. And the most viewed game this week will be the Cowboys versus Minnesota. So the eyeballs will be fixated. If you turn on the Cowboys, if you turn on any 4-letter, 3-letter network, they're going to be talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, man. You were telling me about some game earlier, man, on the phone, man. Yeah, hey, it is what it is. They do too. And it's crazy because, wow, that's a good segue to this. We are underdogs at home, and they said, like, with our starting quarterback, even though it's only, what is it? What's the line now? 1.5? I think
1.5. Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah, but it's like this is the first time that's happened since like 1970 something, where a team that's 8-1, we're 8-1. We have a way better record. We're playing at home in the bank. And we have our starting quarterback. They said it's been like that if you starting a backup or something like that, but being that we have our starting quarterback playing and we're still underdogs is just crazy to me, man. Like, I just don't get it. But maybe there's something I'm missing, man. And not to say that y'all are a bad team. I actually have this game. I was telling people way before, like, I'm worried about y'all more than I was worried about the Bills. Everybody was like, oh, well, circle the Bills game. And I'm like, the Bills can be exposed, man. They have some holes in their team. But y'all, I feel like, are a more complete team because I really rock with Dak, man. I'm going to keep it real, man. Okay. I rock with Dak to be
what?
Real.
Man,
Yeah, I rock with that. How you feel about that? I mean, are you a Dak fan, or you one of the Cowboy fans that's like kind of like, I'd move off him if the opportunity was right?
Man, I'm a Cowboys fan first, but Dak Prescott is the quarterback, and I represent the starting quarterback.
There you go.
There's a philosophy that I live by. I want Dak Prescott to throw the ball anywhere between 24 and 27 times. I want them to put the ball in the belly of Ezekiel Elliott. I get it, styles make fights, but I really want the Cowboys to get to the formula of that, and we would see the 35 and I believe 35-6 record that Dak Prescott exhibits and exude when you do those type of things. So the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, the talk of the town will always be the starting quarterback of the Cowboys. No other franchise would do that, like Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott versus Cooper Rush, etc. You know how this thing goes. So I really like Dak Prescott and his skill set and what he brings to the table and his leadership. But I also like if the Cowboys just understand, just because you gave the man $40 million, don't try to sit out here and say, okay, the man got to throw 35 to 40 passes. Excuse me. There are multiple other quarterbacks that got paid more that's not doing anything with it. Like the name of Kyler Murray, you know, the Carr brother, he got paid his bag. Even Allen, you know, he threw, 2 interceptions last week?
Yeah. I
not
mean,
a word,
and
not a
they
word
fighting,
mentioned.
and they fighting with amongst each other over there.
Yeah. I mean, he still get praises. I don't see a Super Bowl lifted up in his name over there in Bills land. I get it. Yeah, they won multiple playoffs, but at the end of the day, come on, man. You know, but I understand though. The Cowboys will always be scrutinized.
Yeah, shout out my boy Minnesota Star in the building, man. You know, even in the chat all night, man. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, look, I'm not saying that Dak better than Kurt. Earlier, just be sure. I told Law, no, we got the better guy. Regardless of what Law think, I think we got the better guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. But there's traits I do like about Dak, though. Like, if I could take Dak's attitude and put it with Kirk's arm and stuff like that, because I do feel like they're similar, though. I mean, there's really not too much wiggle room. You know, it's not like we're comparing Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady to these guys. I mean, these guys are pretty much the same type of guys in a way, but Dak just has a little more mobility. But I think Kirk can he's a little more accurate. I mean,
well, you're splitting hairs there, you know.
But here we go. Now
it's really like this far as the stat line when you look up the stat. And I had a poll on my channel earlier about that. But what I get at people is that everybody want to count the money. And these billionaires, they figure out a unique way for them to be billionaires, right? To have a group of people who may be hundredaires or thousandaires, right? To talk about a multi-millionaire money, right? And the billionaire get to sit back to be free about it, right? Because right now, Tony Pollard is making $1.2 million or $3 million. Ain't nobody saying, hey, man, he's underpaid for doing what he's doing. Nobody's saying pay the man. Nobody's talking about his money and his remunerations, right? But the moment he get paid, they switch it and be like, hey, man, now we need to see this and that. You know, it's not fair when you talk about the money aspect of it, and the NFL got billionaires that put caps on top of it, right?
Right.
And give the players only a portion of what they make. Come on, man. So it's just crazy. Nobody was talking about Dak Prescott when he was making $3 to $4 million a year, and when my guy that's on this team now, Michael Gallup, was making more. Nobody was talking about that. You know.
Yeah. Cole tripping in the chat, man. Cole talking about Dak will have 10 TDs tomorrow. Stop it, Cole. Stop it.
Cowboy, baby.
Stop the cappery, man. You must got a cowboy hat on your head, man. All that cap right there.
Let's go. Come on, man.
Hey, now let's not forget. You know, and shout out my boy Jim, NFL in the building, man. My boy Dave in the building from Minnesota Sports Talk. Y'all make sure y'all go rock with him too. Miss Bird Gang, I seen you earlier. Appreciate you tapping in. Yup, tapping in with us. Appreciate it. Even she's saying cap, but you know she an Eagles fan though, so you know she gonna come at y'all neck heavy.
Yeah. Wait till they gotta play Hurts over there. You know.
For sure.
It's coming. It's coming.
I don't forget this about us though, Law, man. You know, we got Danielle Hunter and Z Smith over there too, man, and they've been applying pressure, man. Especially Zadarius Smith. You know, now he is on the injury report. He has a knee contusion, but he was limited practice, but he's questionable for tomorrow. And I just think his character, the type of guy, if I had to guess, he's probably going to line up and play. Because I think he's probably been dealing with this injury for about 2 to 3 weeks now. And he's been still going out there and handling business. I mean, if it's that serious, I would rather him not play because I do like, we got a guy named DJ Wanham from South Carolina. Shout out SC. That's where I'm from. You know what I mean? I'm from SC, man, Charleston, South Carolina. So shout out SC in the building. But I like DJ Wanham. He's a young upcoming player. I think he's on his 3rd year. A savage too that can hold it down. But Z Smith, if he's out there with D Hunt, we're going to get the Dak, man. Yeah. Believe that.
Zadarius Smith been a thorn in my side for so long when he played with the Green Bay. And then we was in that sweepstakes. And I was banging on the table, and my Cowboy fans, they love to say, we don't need a Zadarius Smith. He get hurt here and there. He got a bad back. I said, no, man, go out there and get him, man. But he got 9 sacks so far for the season.
9.5.
9.5. Oh, I want to shortchange the man with 55 to 56 pressures. Man, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. So I get all of that, right? I hope that he don't play, by the way. What about Dalvin Thomas? Is he going to play?
Well, Dalvin Thompson's out. Yeah, he's still out with the calf injury. Yep. So that helps.
That's a blessing for us right there. You know?
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing for y'all. Yeah. So what's y'all main injuries? I know y'all got Anthony Brown, right, with the concussion protocol. Is it Anthony Brown? Is the name Anthony Brown?
Yeah, Anthony Brown, man. He's under concussion protocol.
And then we know Barr, which we ain't worrying about Anthony Barr, which I know he probably and look, as Vikings fans, we are not surprised that he's on the injury report. All right, let's just throw that out there right now.
Leave him alone.
Live on the injury report. All right, so
He gave us 1.5 good games. So all I need
used to that.
He may can give us a good game. He got one more in him, you know.
He got one more in him. Look, if he come back off that injury, he gonna play one, and then he going right back on that list.
That's okay.
I promise you that.
If he come back tomorrow. But my guy D-Law, he got 3 issues, 2 impossible, basically. And I'm not worried about Anthony Brown. I think that he didn't practice majority of this week, so it will be Kelvin Joseph. I want Kelvin Joseph on Adam Thielen. I don't want him too much on Justin over there. But for what we can see out of this, it will be Kelvin Joseph, and we got a guy by the name of Dayron Bland. He's been pretty good for us in the secondary. So those are our 3.
Which is the rookie, right? That's
the rookie.
Guy,
rookie.
Right?
Now, I get it. A lot of people want to say he gave up a big pass last week, but he had the wrong cleats on, man. He didn't listen.
Oh, we're going to blame it on the cleats?
Man,
that we going to do? That we going to do, Long? That we going to do?
On,
okay.
He'll slip sliding. He's a 4-4 guy. He's solid. But we don't have to worry about that element over there now.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
God,
we
he was
blame it on the
slipping.
cleats.
I said, God, dog, bro. You know, you're supposed to put some thicker cleats in or longer cleats in. But I think that issue is resolved now. But the main injury that we have is our best run stopper, which is sad. He got 2 issues with his feet, and you only good as your feet, and he got a knee, so he got 2 impossible. That's bad with him, and that's DeMarcus.
And that's Law, right? DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah. So he's out indefinitely tomorrow.
Game time decision.
But you probably, if you had to call it, you would say he's probably going to be.
Yeah, he's going to be out there. He's going to be out there. He's going to shoot him up with whatever they got.
They're going to shoot him up?
You're going to shoot him up. Shoot up the law, bro.
Shoot him up. Got to do what you got to do.
We're going to need him. We got Cook. We got Cook to slow down, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, though, because, like, when we play teams, and we only going to be on here a little bit more, man. Hey, Law been rocking with me, man. We stay on here for at least an hour, man. We're going to stay on for, like, 10 more minutes for y'all, man, just because I know, hey, Law busy, man. He got to go cater to them Cowboy fans over there. They ready to see him over there talk about this game tomorrow, man. But hey, look, boy, we've been having a great ass show, man. I appreciate you tapping in. Man.
You rapping really good, man. You rapping really good. And how long you been on YouTube?
Since February, man. A couple months, little TT.
And you already got over 1,000 subscribers, man.
Yeah, and the 4,000 watch time, man. I've been grinding, man. I've been grinding every day, man. Anybody who's been following me from the beginning in the chat to tell you, man, every day I've been consistent since the draft and just been going hard. You feel me? I just been going hard, man, and putting faith in God. And I couldn't do it without my supporters, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely my supporters, they push me through, man. So I appreciate everybody that's been showing love. That's the fact, man. This is my boy Dave. He called me the purple MLK, man, because I be bringing all the Vikings fans together. Ever since I touched the YouTube, man, I'm bringing the purple squad together, man. That's why we winning now, Law, because I started this year. I started this year. That's why we got Kirko. It's not Kirk Cousins no more. It's Kirko Chains. And you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's why, man, because I'm here now, man. I'm in the building now, man. I told you, man. I'm the purple ambassador, man.
Hey, man, since we play y'all every year, man, so I just want to say for my people that's watching, if y'all can go over to his page, give this man a like and share. Sharing is caring, and this is not an easy avenue, so I understand. You had to go through some growing pains to get where you at, and a round of applause to you, man.
Hey, appreciate
a round of applause, man. So I see that a lot of people want to say, man, what's the score prediction, though?
Let's do that, man. Let's end it with a nice little score prediction, man. Let me see what you're thinking, man.
You gonna let the away team go first? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the away team go first, man.
Reloaded, It's gonna be a tight
explain
game.
Why afterwards.
I'm finna explain it. I'm not gonna just throw it out there and run.
All right.
The same score that the Cowboys had last week, 31-28. I said on my show earlier this week that it will be that 31-28, but the Cowboys be victorious. I think that Kirk Cousins, he's going to try to showcase his best. TJ was a remarkable pickup for you guys to allow the one-on-ones to the outside, and everybody know the best spot for a quarterback is a target in the middle, right? So TJ was able to do that for you guys, but I just think that the Cowboys, looking back at Mike McCarthy, and he owe us one. He do, because he was so emotional last week that he got into his feelings. The way the Green Bay Packers played just the other day is who they are. But he got into his feelings and emotions. He took the team down there in Green Bay and gave them a tour of the legacy of Lombardi trophies and Lombardo Field and all of that. So he built and created a monster, right?
Yeah.
He had the guys shaking a little bit. They would never admit it, but I can see it in the faces of my Cowboys players. So now they got a taste of that nasty taste of playing hero ball, trying to make it for the coach. Now the reality done set in. So now they're going to look back at this and say, all right, let's make it up. And they're going to bring forth their best at 3 o'clock against those purple people. Do y'all call them purple people eaters over there still?
Yeah, man, you know that.
Okay.
You know that, man. We get nasty out there, man. We get nasty out there.
Zeke.
Let's go, man. 21-28. Okay.
No,
man.
31-28. 31-28.
31-28.
I gave y'all 28
okay,
points. Yeah.
Okay. I can feel. I mean, I don't feel that, but I can feel that. You know what I'm saying?
You would take that.
Chat, yeah, I know if I can accept that, Law. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if I can accept that, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking about, right? But first, they want me to ask you about Andy, man. So this is the story about Andy, right? Andy was a Buffalo fan. We still looking for Andy, man. Andy don't want to pop out, man. I've been looking for Andy for a week now, but we just gonna leave Andy alone. Andy over there at Buffaloville somewhere and licking his wounds. You feel me?
So he ran off. Let me.
He ran off, man. We didn't know where Andy at, man. Where Andy at?
Shame.
So he was like, okay, he was talking mad cash money about Bills, Mafia, and everything. He know where to be found.
And then the minute the game was over, that boy was Houdini. I was like, hold up, Andy. Hold up, Andy? Pop out. Like, come on, man. Don't do me like that.
Yes,
don't do me like that.
Hey, before you go into this, man, Chris214, he super chatted and he says he like content creators like you. You're very humbled, so he liked that, and I think you to earn a sub from him, man. So man, that's what we do, man. Appreciate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to him, man. Definitely, I appreciate it for sure. For sure. Always humble, man. I love doing this too, man. It's my new passion, man. I enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
But let me get into this score real quick, Law. We're going to do it like this. I got the Vikings winning 27-21. All right?
Okay.
I think what's going to happen is, for one, I think we will definitely control the ground. I think we're going to control the ground with Dalvin Cook. I think the play calling is going to be better on our end. It's still going to be a good game, though. One possession game. And I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Yeah. I don't think, because that's just the type of games we play regardless. Vikings, we ain't never going to just win the game in the third quarter. We gonna at least wait till the 2 minutes left, 4 minutes left in the fourth before we start to play like we want to play. But I think 21-27 purple, man, and I think JJ is gonna be a problem. I think he's gonna wear a chip on his shoulder, being that like you mentioned, Diggs did kind of put him in his place, but
clamps, yeah,
he put the clamps on him. But being the type of guy I know JJ is, he's gonna say, Coach, man, hey, draw me up something tomorrow because I need to get my get back. It's get back time, you know what I mean? It's get back time, and our coach is like that. Yeah. We don't got a Mike McCarthy, man. We got a young coach that's with all the smoke. You know what I mean? You know, he ready for it. He like, tell me what you want to do. Let's do it. You know what I mean? This is your time now. You know, so but I do think it's gonna be a good game, man. And if we were to lose, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, though, I got us winning, but if we do happen to lose by a couple points, I wouldn't be surprised because I do believe that y'all have a well put together team, and it's not we're not just gonna stomp on y'all. I mean, we got George here thinking we're gonna beat y'all 40-21. Hey, George, if you right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
Hey, I'm flipping tables over. No, you know what? I done let out a lot of emotions last week, but if it's 40-21 this week, then you know I'm not gonna some god doggone wood. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna accept who Mike McCarthy is at this point. And I'm going to accept that. But if it's 40-21 Cowboys way, oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be.
Oh, man. Then I'm going to have to flip tables, man. I ain't have to get like that all season, man.
Oh, my God.
You know, even after the Eagles game, I wasn't that mad. You feel me? But I'm going to be mad if we do lose like that.
If the Cowboys hang 40 to the Vikings 21.
In the bank? Yeah, I'm going to be mad.
Hey, what's the Cowboys record in the bank, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Y'all, what, 3-0 now? Y'all 3-0?
Yeah.
We got 3-0 the last 3 games, 3-0. Yeah, 3-0. But wait, but listen, while you say that, I done told you, like, there's been plenty records this year against the Vikings that we crushed. All right? The Bills never lost since 1908 or whatever they've been saying, some crazy number when they've been up by 14 points in the fourth or up by 14 points.
Oh, the Bills were up 14 points too?
They were up 14. They were up 17 at one point, but they were up 14 at half, and they've never lost a game, in Buffalo since like 1970 something, 74 or something. And what'd we do? We shattered that. Like, quit talking about it. Now they can't say that no more, So and there's another game, and I can't recall. I was trying to remember it yesterday, and if anybody in the chat knows, just drop it so we got it. But there was another crazy stat where another team was like they never lost with, being up by X amount of points, and we came back, and what'd we do? Won the game again. You know what I'm saying? So we ready for all that 3-0 and
okay.
We ready for all that.
You say you want all the smoke, not some of. Give me
all the smoke, man. Give it all to us, man. Write it all on the bulletin board. You know what I mean?
And 3-inch headlines, huh? 40-21, Cowboys gonna lose, huh?
Yeah, man. Cowboys out of there, man. But hey, look, man, the chat, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us tonight, man. This has been amazing. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Law. To be honest with you, y'all know I'm new to this, man. It didn't let me add all his handles, but I'm gonna add them right after the video uploads. After we get off here, I'm gonna go add all his handles if y'all want to subscribe to him. But he easy to find. Law Nation Sports. Yeah, he's gonna be the first. He's the top, man. Top notch Cowboys creator, man. So y'all type in Cowboys, goddamn it, his name. He up there. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate the love. And
definitely go subscribe to him, man. Follow him on all platforms. Even if you ain't a cow, if you just a football fan, man, it's worth it. Trust me, y'all. Y'all know rap ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Man, you got mad respect over here on this end, man, and really appreciate you. Thank you for having me on your platform and show, man. Let's go.
Man, appreciate you having me on, man. And hey, look, and I'll shoot you a text or something tomorrow after the game, man. We'll see what's going on, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna duck, man. Okay, I'm not Andy. Okay. I'm not Andy, man. I don't duck the smoke. If we lose. We lose. You feel me?
Yeah. I'll send you the link next time.
There we go.
Vice versa, man. Appreciate you, man.
Go, man. Salute, hey, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. Love everybody in the chat, man. We'll see y'all later. We out.
No doubt. Let's go. Oh, you got no outro? Hold on. Let me